All the materials I used to make him, they're all laid out in pieces so you can see how easy this is. I'll just go around here and show you. First of all, we have him completed. Then we have a version of him, my first version of him, unpainted. And just show you here. This is pretty much all I used. All you need is a little skeleton, whatever kind of skeleton you like. This particular skeleton comes from a string of skeleton garland, and I bought him that string of skeletons cost $1. I think I got a few of them, probably about 10 skeletons for $1. And then all you need is foam board or installation foam, the kind that you get from Home Depot, which is better and more expensive, but I just wanted to use what I had available, so I just used some foam board, some crafting foam board that you can get at Walmart or any art supply store. So really the foam board costs $1, it costs 78 cents, and the string of skeletons cost $1, so it costs $2 to make this. And then, let's see, I got some paint. You can use whatever paint you like, whatever paint colors you like. This is just what I happen to use, just 2 colors here. As you can make it as detailed as you want to make it. It's quite an art form to try to make foam board look like wood, but I just did it real cheap and easy, real quick, with 2 colors. But you can get as detailed as you want to get. And all I needed was just any kind of little knife to cut, and any kind of blunt little object, blunt tool to make the little wood boards. All I do is just score the board. I'm just doing that. Don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'm doing this with one hand, sorry. Trying to hold it and score it with the same hand. So all you have to do is just press down, and that makes little planks. Or at least, hopefully, the illusion of little planks. So here I have, just move him to the side, so I have my cut board for his floor, and then I have his little podium piece. It's here, and I have his little ship wheel that looks horrible all cut up like this, but I actually think that it works to my advantage to have it look horrible, because this is a weathered old wheel, so it actually should look bad. It should look all messed up, so I actually like that. Okay, and I have 2 little sticks for his stand, and some Q-tips all cut up to make the handles for his little wheel. So to attach the Q-tips to his wheel, what I did was I used a hot knife, or a wood carving knife, one of those hot wood carving knives, to make a groove, to cut a little groove into the wheel, and then I just slid each little piece of Q-tip into the groove cut by the hot knife. Then I just glued them. Here's put this again. And then I just glued this little centerpiece in the middle, just put some hot glue in the center. Oh, I can't see it. I just hot glued that centerpiece to all the little Q-tips in the middle. And then I just hot glued his, or I happen to hot glue it. You can use other kinds of glues. Just glued his little stand pieces together. And then I just hot glued it onto, oh, I don't have a podium in this case, but I hot glued it onto there. So everything is just foam board all glued together. So use whatever foam board you like, and you use whatever glue you like, and just glue some pieces together. So there's no sculpting involved here. It's just cutting a circle and cutting some rectangles is all it is. There's almost no artistic ability involved in this at all. So that's why it's so cool. It's so cheap and easy to do. And then let's see what else I got here. So Q-tips. So we got a problem with Q-tips. Q-tips are fuzzy, of course. So in order to get rid of the fuzz, I just dipped all the Q-tips in glue, so that hardened the Q-tips, made them less fuzzy. And then when you paint them, you really can't see it at all. I don't think you can see it. It just looks like weathered old handles. And for his clothes, you can have him naked if you want. He can be a little naked, kind of cute when he's all naked. Yeah, notice he doesn't have any pants. I didn't give him any pants. I think he's cute without any pants. Actually, I just didn't have any black fabric. Maybe I'll give him some little torn pants. But anyway, all I did was I just took some fabric I had lying around and just ripped it up and glued it to him. Make him any kind of little hat you want, or no hat at all if you want. And you see the burn, why this looks burnt, is because that hot wood carving knife I used, it made a burnt effect. If you don't want that, don't use that knife. But I actually liked it, and I thought that would show through in the final result. But once I painted it, that didn't even show through at all. Kind of disappointed about that because I liked it like that. I thought that looked pretty cool. Let's see what else we got going here. And for the paint, I think I used these two paints for these two colors. You can use anything, but I used, you always need a dark and a light contrast. And I'll do that real quick. I didn't get too crazy with that. I did that really, really simple. All right, this next part's going to be kind of silly because I'm doing this with one hand. I'm trying to hold my camera with one hand and do this and paint with the other. So I can't really show this very well. This is how I just painted his little wooden floor. All I did is just take a light color. I just used paper towel. Use a paintbrush if you want. I just didn't feel like cleaning a paintbrush, so I just did a color, any color you want, and just, there you go, just scrape it on down. And then take another color, take a darker color. Let me put my camera down here. Sorry, I gotta figure out a way to set up my camera. Just take a darker color and just go over it. And make sure that the darker color gets in the grooves. So you might have to do this multiple times and with multiple colors to get whatever effect you're trying to achieve. Try not to have it curved. Mine's curved because I'm doing this with one hand. You know, it takes multiple passings to smooth it out and get the kind of lines that you actually do want. Well, sometimes you have to do it multiple times. You see his stand is darker than this because I did it multiple times. I just kept going over and over because I was never satisfied, and still not. So this, making faux wood, that's an art form unto itself, and there are so many tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. Obviously I'm not a master of that, but you know, this isn't a master painting class. This is just to show you how anybody you know, just to reiterate that it took no artistic talent to do this, how easy it is. You can have your own little Disney diorama at home, and it really doesn't take much skill to achieve this. So here's the original scene that we all know and love from the Pirates ride, and I would love to recreate that so it looks like that one day, but that takes an awful lot of work. So what happened was I was searching around on the internet and I came across this little picture. This sculpted figure that one can just buy from the Disney store wherever it's sold. But I don't know what the price is. It's probably at least $100 or so. You know, anybody could buy that if they wanted to, but the simplicity of it just inspired me. I just thought that is something that could be recreated without even being sculpted. Now that thing is obviously sculpted, molded, and cast. But I thought it might be easy to just recreate it through fabrication, which means no sculpting, just using materials and putting them together as you go, as opposed to sculpting, molding, and casting. So that obviously took a lot of work, and that did not. A lot of work, a lot of money, not much work, and $2. So that specifically was my inspiration for this. So I just thought it was a fun project. Anybody who wants something like this, you want to recreate Disney in your own home, you need a little bit of Disney-liciousness in your own life. Doesn't have to be expensive. There are fun little artsy, crafty things you can do, and you could end up with your own cute little Disney dioramas and little Disney displays.